Yo, what's up guys? Jesse LaFlair here from LaFlairParkour. Today, bringing you a tutorial on how to warm up properly for parkour and free running. Alright, this tutorial is brought to you by Daniel Usher, who asked me to do it, and he also wanted me to give a shout out to pkbc from Vancouver, Canada. What's up guys? Thanks for watching. Keep on training, train safe. Now let's get started with this thing. Okay, so I want to tell you something that I was told when I was a kid, and it kind of stuck with me forever. It's a metaphor about the body being like a stick of old gum. Now, if you guys ever had found like a stick of gum in your pocket or something from a while ago and you tried to bend it, it just snaps, right? And it's old. Or even if you just try to take usually a stick of gum and try to bend it, it'll snap. But what you need to know, or you do know, is that when you put it in your mouth, you start chewing it, what happens? It warms up and it becomes flexible, bendable, stretchable. All right? So that's sort of what the body does too. If your body is stiff and you're not moving and you haven't done anything and you're just getting up and you want to go out and train, you need to warm it up so that you can flex it and move it without anything snapping or breaking. All right? Now here's a few more reasons why warming up and stretching out is a good thing. Here we go. Warming up increases the body's temperature. When the body's temperature is warm, it not only warms the joints and the ligaments, but it also warms the bones. Studies have shown that with warm bones, they're less likely to break. And the last thing we all want to do is break a bone. Warming up has proved to increase nerve reflexes. And for us guys that like to do things like parkour and free running, this is super important because it makes our reaction speed faster. So, with that being said, kind of important to warm up. Warming up increases blood saturation to the muscles and the ligaments. With more blood saturation, we are less likely to rip, tear, or break anything attached on the inside. Let's begin. Okay, so the first thing that I like to do is actually warm all the joints up. In parkour and free running, we're putting a lot of strenuous movement within all of our joints, our elbows, our ankles, our knees, our hips. Everything ends up impacting and absorbing and pushing and pulling all the time. So let's start the warm up real simple, starting from the top and working our way down. We're going to start with our head, doing big yeses, almost like your head banging. Remember when you do this to keep your mouth closed, because as your mouth's closed, you'll feel a much bigger stretch within your throat. I would do this for about 10-15 seconds. Start off nice and slow, all the way up, all the way down, and then start to pick up some speed. And then from there, you're gonna go into nose. Nice and big, nice and slow, same thing, keep your mouth closed. Start to pick up the speed. And then relax. Okay, next thing we're going to move into is a shoulder. We're going to go backwards. Just shoulder shrugs. All the way back, all the way forward. Really try to accentuate all these movements. Don't just do it like this. What's the point? We're trying to warm it up. Flex it out. Stretch it out. Go back, same thing. I'd stick to like 15 seconds. 20 seconds is good. Switch it. Go forward shrugs. Someone should make like a remix video out of this where I'm like just dancing. You'll see, it'll get even better. So, shoulder shrugs. Alright, and then we're going to move on to arm stretches. Now, a lot of these arm joints really get pulled and pushed with all our kongs and our flips and our corks and our swings and laches. So what we're going to do is we're going to go big backward circles. Nice and big, not too fast. Just big and back, big and back. And then to warm it up really good, pick up the speed and get those circles going smaller and smaller and smaller until you're really small, tight circles really fast, and then stop one big one, end it. Then we're going to switch it and go forward. Big forward circles, big, 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 and slow, kind of. Start picking up the speed, bring them smaller, 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 and faster. This will burn a little bit, and then big and slow, and drop it down. All right, coming out of that, one of my favorite little warm-ups. We're going to bring our arms back and then up in the air. Now you're going to feel this all in here, so don't do this too fast too soon. We want to warm it up. right? But this is a huge one. I mean, this is all front flips, back flips, anything having to do with flips, and even our kongs and our vaults. This is the joint that we use, so just swing them up, swing them down. Really try to bring them back when you go back too, without dropping your chest. You're not trying to do this, just your arms. All right? Moving on from there, we do little twists. So with this one, we're gonna turn, turn, turn. Now notice that my hips are remaining forward, all right? I'm not doing this. I'm actually just turning my upper body. It's a tough one. Try not to turn your hips. All right, good. So from here, we just do little back slaps. Cross your arms, slap your hands in the back. And notice that I'm rotating. Left hand goes over, left hand goes under. Left hand goes over, left hand goes under. Just to switch it up, keep it moving. Okay, shake it out. Feeling loose. We're gonna go down to our elbows. Start with the left elbow, put it in your right hand. Big circles here. Now, if you notice, I'm going in big circles. Start off pretty slow. Start to work into it. Now make sure that you don't punch yourself in the face, all right? Because I have seen it done. I work with some little kids, they get a little silly. Next thing you know, they punch themselves. Not cool, all right? So big circles, faster. Then we're gonna rotate, switch directions, all right? Go around the other way. Now you're pushing into this hand as you're doing this. Then we're gonna switch hands. Big circles. Again, remember, don't punch yourself, it hurts. Switch directions. Again, each of these is going to be at least 15 seconds long. This will really get all your joints warm. Now we're going to go down to our hands. One of my favorite ones. We're going to put our hands together, cross our fingers, then put our arms close but not touching, all right? And rotate them around. Start off nice and slow. Now the wrists are one of these things that you'll feel it, you'll be going, and all of a sudden it's like, all right, I don't feel anything, so you're pushing harder and you're pulling harder. Switch directions. And then next thing you know, you stop, and all of a sudden then you're like, oh, I stretched too hard. And that particular thing happens a lot when we do this one. So we do a hand press. You're gonna put your palm facing up towards the sky, grab the bottom of your fingers, and slowly, I stress slowly, pull back. Because this is the one that if you pull too hard too soon, you won't feel it until you let go of your hand. All of a sudden you're gonna be like, oh, did too much. So don't do that. Pulling, pulling, pulling. Get a nice good stretch. A little bit more. All right, let it go slowly. Now lift it up. Arm fully extended. Hand press in. Palm facing you, fingers facing up. Push it in that way. Good. A little kung fu stretch. You can stretch your wrist and hand this way. Stretch it the other way. Stretch your hands if you want. Then we're going to go into our other wrist. Palm out, arm extended, pull the fingers in. I actually love this stretch. It feels awesome for your wrists, your forearms right here. It's a great, great stretch. And then back up, again, arm fully extended, pulling your palm in towards you. Foo, hand. All right, now we're gonna move down to our lower body. We're gonna go to our hips. And my favorite, I wish, maybe I'll add a little music. Cue music. Feet together, big circles on this one. Feeling it in our hip bones. Big circles. You don't have to go that fast with this. It's all about the circle and how big you can get it. All right, so from here, we're gonna stop and go around the other direction. Important to switch directions because it's a completely different movement for your joints. If you want to do these open legs, feel free to do that. It's going to change the stretch and actually go to the back of your legs. All right, but we're not working on that. We're just doing our hips. So you can do this if you want. Try to really lean back out of these ones, and that'll push out the groin. Get all that blood flowing again. Switch directions. Coming around. Good. Cool. Now even an even better dance than the other one. You're gonna bring your knees together, your feet together, knees together, hands on your knees, Big circles, little circles, warm up to it. Try to stay on your balls of your feet. Big circles going on, keep that circle going. Now this one, if you're feeling crazy, get your hand up, do a little circle. Now switch direction, switch direction. Yeah, there's people like driving by like, what is this kid doing right now? It's all good, this is for you, not me. He's doing it. The other direction. Now we're gonna go all the way down to the feet. Get those ankles moving. Making sure you're gonna see my ankles moving back up a little. Toes on the ground. Big circles, pushing down into the ground and then in and over, in and over. Way easier to do this with shoes than barefoot. Sometimes the toes want to get rolled and caught up. So if you're wearing shoes, keep them on for this one. Other direction. Yeah. Ankles are super important. I mean, we put so much stress on these things, especially for you beginner guys that are still not learned the perfect technique to landing and impacts and all that. Make sure you're warming up your ankles. Super, super important. Same thing with the other one. Big circle over the toes, over the toes. Keep it going. Again, 15 to 20 seconds each. Switch directions after that time's up. All right, shake out the body. Good. Now while our joints are loose, you can, if you want, to continue this and work up into a full body warm-up. Some of the moves you can do for that. Get your hips going. Swing kicks, I love these. Arms go forward, legs go back. Help you with balance, all right? You can extend. You can even start to lift a little. When you kick up, make sure you're kicking hard, going across your chest. I'm kicking across this way. All right, switch sides. Same thing. Up, back. This is a great exercise to get you warmed up. The whole center of your body, everything going. All right? Good. Okay, so after you get a full joint warm up, you're gonna actually start working the whole body together. One of the best exercises to get a full body warm going is a cat crawl. Now a cat crawl is pretty much a QM, quadrupedal movement, and it is the most important and basic one to train, all right? I'm gonna show you on this edge, just because I reached 10,000 subscribers today, and I kind of want to make things interesting for you to continue watching. But don't do this, all right? Don't. Notice that my knees are not passing my hips. I'm staying low. My knees are even below the object, which is helping me balance more. All right? Keep that in mind. Don't try this at home. Now a good cat crawl is gonna be low, with your knees bent, and your knees never passing your hips. You wanna continue to move so that the movement it's not like this. It's one fluid movement. You're going through and continuing on, okay? Remember, no knees, no elbows are touching. This is a great full body exercise. It works on balance. It engages every part of your body to continue to work together with you. Once you've mastered a good forward cat, I would actually try a backwards cat. Now the real trick to getting this one good is making sure that your legs get fully extended on the way back and that there's a lot of energy and force getting put into your arms forward. So if you're here, cat crawl, it's back, okay? Good. There's plenty more moves you can do to get warmed up. You could always go into lunges, get all your legs, cores. These legs nice and loose. Make sure that you warm up before you stretch. It's important to keep that in mind. And if you guys have any other questions or suggestions, make sure to hit me up in the comment section below. Keep in mind, this is how I get my joints warmed up and I do it. There's many paths to get to the final result, and this is just the one I choose to take. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, check out the rest of the tutorials. If you guys are interested in checking out one of these fine bandanas, there's a link in the description. Peace out, share this baby. Whew. Thanks for watching, guys. Now, if you want to check out the rest of the tutorials, feel free to click that box. And if you haven't seen those parkour spots videos, certainly worth checking out. And last but not least, I just put up my new parkour reel called Fighting Gravity. I think it's sick, and I think you will too. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Peace.